New today, 1 month into his role as acting attorney general, Todd Blanche is defending the Department of Justice's indictment of Donald Trump's political foe, former FBI Director James Comey. Blanche says the charges against Comey for threatening the president extend beyond posting a photo of seashells in the shape of 8647.
Rest assured that the career assistant United States attorneys in North Carolina, the career FBI agents, the career Secret Service agents that investigated this case didn't just look at the Instagram post and walk away. So I am not permitted to get into the details of what the grand jury heard or found, as you know, but rest assured that it's not just the Instagram post that leads somebody to get indicted.
Joining me now, Michael Feinberg, MS Now national security and intelligence analyst and former assistant special agent in charge with the FBI. Welcome. It's good to have you here. So a grand jury did sign off on this case. I know they say, you can indict a ham sandwich, but what could the year-long investigation have possibly dug up beyond the seashells post? Podcaster Joe Rogan, as you know, called it nuts. Lawyer Jonathan Turley called it unconstitutional, unless the DOJ has other reasons for the charges.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you've lost Jonathan Turley, who has never encountered a Trump administration action he did not like, you're pretty far around the bend. There's just a logical fallacy operating in this investigation. They claim that they arrested him because he poses a very serious threat to Donald Trump's life, but they let the investigation drag on for nearly a year. If Jim Comey, whom, by the way, is a career prosecutor and law enforcement official, if Jim Comey really posed that great of an imminent threat to the president's life, why did they dilly-dally for 12 months? Why did Pam Bondi, when she was attorney general, not move on it? Why is it only happening now that Todd Blanche is auditioning for the role of permanent attorney general? There's a lot here that just doesn't add up.
So how seriously would the FBI have taken this? I mean, to your point, an entire year of somebody threatening the president in this manner?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in the FBI for 16 years, if you received something that we considered a threat to life, it was investigated and resolved in a matter of hours, maybe half a day at most. The notion that you would take a hypothetical or possible presidential assassin and let the investigation drag on that long is quite frankly insane. It is very difficult to take anything Todd Blanche is saying about this at face value.
So, as you know, it's the second indictment of James Comey after an earlier case was dismissed last year. Check out Exhibit D from Comey's attorneys in that case, a nearly 60-page chart documenting Trump's social media posts about him. There have been many more since then. How will a judge view Trump's public obsession with the former FBI director if this case does go to trial?
Every single time that Trump posts something about James Comey, every single time that somebody from the Justice Department makes a remark about his rhetoric towards the president, a selective or vindictive prosecution motion becomes not just likely, but almost a slam dunk in terms of prevailing. Now, the last time that this happened with the previous indictment, the Justice Department couldn't even get a properly appointed U.S. attorney to bring the charges, so it got dismissed that way. But no lawyer I know, myself included, obviously, from a Republican or Democratic point of view, thought that that allegation, that this was done solely at the behest of Donald Trump or to please Donald Trump, was something that DOJ would ever be able to get over. There's simply too long a record of Donald Trump directing people to take action against Comey. And the fact that the charges keep changing from indictment to indictment gives a lot of credence to that theory.
And I mean, look at Amazon. Items labeled 8647 all over that website. And here's Senator Schiff this morning laying out what he sees as the difference between someone buying those items and the charges against James Comey. Here it is.
The only facts that distinguish this case from those people buying things on Amazon or posting things on Amazon is not any particular facts that are not visible to the public. It's the fact that James Comey is a political opponent of the president's. It's the fact the president has called upon him for prosecution. It's the fact that Todd Blanche wants to keep this job. It's the fact that Pam Bondi didn't successfully bring a case against one of the president's enemies. All of that is deeply illegitimate.
It's almost as if he was listening to you when you talked about Todd Blanche and his position, kind of auditioning, right, for the role permanently as AG. How much do you think that is involved here, that singular entity?
Somewhere between 97 and 100%. Todd Blanche owns his entire station in life to the fact that he was one of the few lawyers willing to defend Donald Trump. And I'd also note that under Blanche's, quote, protection, Trump was still found guilty in New York State and indicted in 2 separate judicial districts in the United States at the federal level. So, Todd Blanche's sole claim at this point to be a legitimate lawyer is the president's patronage. He, like many people in this Justice Department, has sacrificed his integrity, bringing specious indictments against political opponents that are tossed out of court or given no true bill more frequently than they succeed. And he knows that his only chance for longevity as a public figure is if he continues to please the president. Now, the irony here, maybe irony is not the wrong word, sort of the tragic aspect, is that anybody who's paid attention to Trump's presidency from 2016 to 2020 or from 2025 to the present day knows that he himself has no loyalty to his officials. Look at what happened to Pam Bondi. Look at what happened to the overwhelming majority of the cabinet members in his first term. The minute someone becomes less than useful, puts a wrong foot forward, as Kristi Noem did, as Pam Bondi did, they're going to be tossed out in the street. And then you've not only lost your career, you've lost your integrity.